Hello everyone, welcome back to Insta Electronics. So this time we are going to unbox one of my very first personal DSO. You see, I have used a lot of different DSOs in my career, starting all the way from down to tens of thousands of rupees and to in upwards of lakhs of rupees. Say for example Tektronix, Keysight, HP, Agilent, all the way up to Rod and Shorts, for example. And during all these times, I never had my own personal DSO. If I had to do something that is like that requires a DSO, what I usually do is I will take it to my office and do it there during my free time, and then bring it back to my regular work setup. But now I don't have to do it anymore because I'm going to unbox my personal DSO, which is going to be a DSO 138. So yeah, I paid around 1500 rupees for this item. It's a proper DSO. I cannot say it's a proper full-sized, fully fledged DSO, but for a hobby level or entry level person, this is all that is required. And for me also, for most of the things that I do in my workbench, this is more than enough. And if anything special is required, I can again take it to my office and do the work there. So now let's unbox this thing and let me show you what is inside. Alright, so first of all let me show you the bill, and you can see the star of the show is this one, is the DSO 138, and the actual price is around 1300 rupees only, but you had to pay some taxes and that's why it's around 1586 something rupees. And these three jumbo cables that I added just so that I can get it for free shipping, and the total amount is around 1735 rupees including free shipping right now. I just added those jumper cables just because otherwise I need to pay around 100 rupees or so just to get it delivered. So as I said, this DSO 138, let's open the box and I shall show you what are the things that comes inside also. So here's the box, just a generic cardboard box that fits perfectly for that item, and just one piece of bubble wrap, and it comes in an ESD bag and there is no other protection of any sort. This is the actual item. It even contains some data sheets and schematics, I suppose, because it's an open source project. Anyone can modify it and uh, make the changes as per their own requirements. And these are all the jumbo cables that I said. They are actually I ordered around three types. This is in fact the male to female. This is the male to male, and this is the female to female. And let me show you that items once again, and they are a pair of 20 pieces. You can see, so around 60 pieces of jumbo cables. These are not just limited to be used in the breadboards. You see, I use them a lot, and in fact I had more than hundreds of these kind of items, but I ended up using almost all of them just because whenever I need some wire, not just to connect onto breadboards, but for example to make a connection to an LED or a motor, or rather a signal of some sort which needs to be color coded for power, signal, ground, etc., just get a couple of wires from here because they are already color coded, connect it to the circuit based on the length you want, trim both sides and solder directly. So that's how I ended up using most of these things, but your use case may be different. But anyhow, as a generic piece of kit to have, this is always worth to have it. And I think that's more than enough talk about this kind of the simple jumper cable. Let's move on to the actual item, which is the DSO 138. So let's open the box and see what comes inside. And this is it, guys. I'm so happy to hold it because something that's yours will always make you happy. Even though the soldering quality is not up to the point, still this is worth for the price that I paid for. You can see the flex residue is still there. They didn't bother to clean this properly. you know it's a very simple task that they could have done, but they simply ignored it, maybe because of the price point. But anyhow, for something that is 1500 rupees, this is like super awesome, especially since this is my first personal DSO. I'm feeling so happy right now. This is the crocodile connector that comes with it as a signal input, and if you are buying one of these, I would recommend getting a proper DSO probe, which I have already ordered. It will be shown in a different mailbag video. And here is a micro USB connector. Oh, it's a mini USB connector, by the way, for taking the data out of it. It works from DC 9 volts, or rather a battery also, but it needs more than 7.4 volts to be operated with the battery. And that is how I have decided to use this thing, because I don't want the AC signal noise coming from that adapter. So all those things will be displayed in a later video. And now let's take a look at what are the extra things that comes with it. Here is something that looks like a BOM and top layer drawing. It's not a BOM, it's just a top layer drawing, just to tell you what is what and what component is where. And let's take a look at the remaining paperwork also. Just hold on a second. And this, I think this is an instruction manual. Oh, by the way, this thing comes in two different varieties. One is pre-assembled and one is as a kit. So if you just bought a kit, you can use this instruction manual to assemble this whole thing. And here is what looks like the schematic here. See, I told you this is an open source item. If you want, you can make your own modifications with the help of the schematic. And as far as the whole thing is concerned, that is more or less about it. You will certainly see this thing being used in a few of my future videos, because there are some things that I'm waiting to do which requires the CRO to be in hand. Anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. See you with another video.